Pep Guardiola cut a figure of both pride and purpose after Manchester City's commanding 4-1 victory over Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League last night. Speaking to reporters at the Etihad Stadium, the Manchester City manager hailed the return to form of Phil Foden, offered measured reflections on the team's performance, and brushed aside questions about rotation ahead of the weekend's clash with Liverpool. Foden's revival, his quality is undeniable. Guardiola was at his most animated when discussing Phil Foden, who scored twice and orchestrated much of City's attacking rhythm. His quality is undeniable, Guardiola said, visibly pleased with the 25-year-old's resurgence. He's playing with joy again. He's confident, direct, and brave. When he plays like this, he makes a huge difference for us. Foden, who had endured an inconsistent start to the season, looked revitalized, his sharp movements and link-up play reminiscent of his breakout years. Guardiola credited Foden's professionalism and patience. Sometimes players need time to rediscover their rhythm, he added. Football is not just about tactics, it's also about emotion and trust. Phil never stopped working, and now he's getting the reward. The manager also backed Foden for an England recall ahead of next week's international fixtures. If he continues like this, Gareth Southgate knows what to do, Guardiola remarked with a smile. Players in form must be recognized. A team effort anchored by control. While Foden stole the headlines, Guardiola was careful to highlight the collective effort that underpinned City's dominance. The midfield trio of Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and Mateo Kovacic dictated tempo, while Erling Haaland's movement constantly unsettled his former club. We controlled the game from start to finish, Guardiola said. Even when Dortmund tried to press, we stayed calm. That's what I liked the most, the maturity. Everyone wanted the ball. Everyone played with responsibility. He also praised the defensive discipline of John Stones and Ruben Dias, noting that Dortmund's lone goal, a well-taken strike from Karim Adeyemi, came from a moment of brilliance, not a mistake. When you play teams like Dortmund, they always have speed and threat, Guardiola continued. But we defended with intensity. To win 4-1 against them, you must do everything, well, attack, defend, press, recover. The players did exactly that. Tactical tweaks and a message to the media. When asked about his tactical setup, which saw Foden operate in a more central role behind Haaland, Guardiola explained that flexibility was key. We wanted more between the lines, he said. Phil understands space. He can play wide, but inside he gives us something different. It's about finding the right balance each game. However, the press conference took a slightly tense turn when a journalist suggested Guardiola's team selection might have been influenced by the looming Premier League fixture against Liverpool. Guardiola paused, smiled wryly, and responded, "You don't know me." The brief silence that followed spoke volumes. I never pick a team thinking about the next one, he later clarified. Every match is important. Every competition matters. The best way to prepare for Liverpool is to play well today, and we did. Guardiola's broader vision. Beyond the tactical details and standout performances, Guardiola's comments carried a broader message about resilience and evolution. Now in his 9th season at City, the Catalan remains as driven as ever. We have won a lot, he said, but football doesn't stop. You must keep building. If you think you are done, you start to fall. He spoke about the importance of competition within the squad, hinting that rotation would continue as City navigates a congested schedule. The players understand that everyone will be needed, he said. It's not about one player or one match. It's about the season. Guardiola's focus on mentality echoed throughout his remarks. We have the talent, yes, but mentality wins you games like this. You cannot relax for 1 second in Europe. Dortmund is a big team, with a big history. We respected them, and that's why we performed. Looking ahead. City's win over Dortmund not only ensured top spot in their Champions League group, but also sent a clear signal to their rivals. With Foden flourishing, Haaland relentless, and the midfield machine running smoothly, Guardiola's side once again looks like Europe's most complete unit. When asked whether this performance was among City's best of the season, Guardiola was typically modest. We played good, yes, he said. But football is about consistency. If we don't play well next week, this result means little. What matters is to stay humble and keep improving. The press conference ended with Guardiola offering a quiet reflection on his team's journey. I'm lucky, he said. Every day I work with players who want to learn, who want to win. That's all a manager can ask for, guys. Please, if you are interested in more video, please like, share, and subscribe, so that when we upload new, you are going to be